Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Patrick. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. So in today's video, we are going to learn about inserting a table of content on your document. To insert a table of content on your document, you have to have the entire document already typed, and then you have to leave a blank page here where you will insert the table of content. You also need to have all your titles or topics and subtopics and subtopics typed so that you can insert them into your table of content. In my case here, my document has only one topic, which is understanding exposure and its components. Then it has the subtopics, which are the introduction, as you can see there. Then we have the ISO here, followed by the shutter speed. Then we have the aperture and the conclusion here. Those are the subtopics. Then we have the subtopic, which is the social media links and the username here. So after you have identified your topics and subtopics, you will have to insert headings or give them headings based on the level you want them to be. For example, if your content or your title is a topic, you'll have to insert it under heading 1. Then the subtopics should be under heading 2, the subtopics under heading 3, and so on. So for example, if it is a book you are writing and your book has, let's say, 3 chapters. So under chapter 1, you'll highlight the title of chapter 1 and have it as heading 1. Then the subtopic of chapter 1 will be heading 2. Then the subtopic will be heading 3. When you come to chapter 2, the title chapter 2 itself and the overall title will be heading 1 again. Its subtopic will take heading 2, the subtopics heading 3, and so on to heading 4 and the rest. Then when you go to chapter 3, the same procedure is repeated. So in my case here, I'll go to where I have the topic. Like I've said, my document has only one topic. So I will select this topic by holding the left mouse button or left clicking the mouse and selecting using the cursor to the end. Alternatively, you can use keyboard shortcuts whereby you will place the cursor at the end of the sentence in that line, then hold shift and home to select to the left, or if your cursor is on the starting point of your line, you hold shift and end to select that line. Once you have selected the topic, you come here at the top. Under the home tab, you have the styles group. Under the styles group, you have the heading 1. You click heading 1 to give that topic the first heading. After giving the heading, maybe you can format this topic. It is not a must that they remain in color blue. You can bold it, italicize, and align, and do all the formattings. That is after you have done the heading 1. If in case you format before giving the heading, all the formatting which you had done will get discarded after giving the heading. So it is always advisable you give the heading first, then you can later format the title accordingly. Then I have a couple of subtopics: the introduction, the ISO, shutter speed, aperture, and conclusion. So to select each individually, so I'll left click and hover the mouse over the title introduction to select that title. Then I will hold Control and then move my pointer to the scroll bar on the right side, because if I scroll using the wheel on the mouse, this will zoom in and out my document. For example, like this, if I scroll, it will start zooming and I don't want it to zoom, so I'll be forced to use the scroll bar here to move to the next subtopic. Remember, do not release Control. The next subtopic here is the ISO. So I will hold the left button, then hover the mouse to select. Alternatively, if you're using a laptop, you can double tap the touchpad, and then at the second tap, hover the mouse to select. Then you'll then scroll again using the scroll bar to the next subtopic, select it too, then scroll again, select, then scroll to the last subtopic here, the conclusion, then select it. After you're done selecting all the subtopics here, then you'll have to give them the heading 2 title. You can then later format the subtitles as you wish. Then the third one, here we have the social media links and username. These ones I'll select it and give it the heading 3 because these are subtopic. After you are done selecting all of them and you are contented, you'll come to the blank page where your table of content should be. Then click to generate the blinking cursor here. So this is the insertion point where the table of content will be inserted. Now you'll leave the home tab here and then have to go to the references tab because the table of content is a reference. Then at the leftmost part of the table of contents, you'll see the tool to insert the table of content. You'll just click on it. Then here you have the 3 examples of the table of contents, and here more table of content from office.com. Here you can go online and search for more table of contents formats. But in our case here we have the 3 which are free. We have this one, the manual table of content. You'll have to type the chapters. So I prefer using the automatic ones. So we have the first one which is headed by the word content, then the second one, table of contents here. Now this shows you every topic that you inserted under heading 1 will be at this level. Every subtopic that you selected under heading 2 will be at this level of indentation. The heading 3 will be indented exactly as you can see on the table of content. So in my case, I'll use the automatic table of contents. So once you click it, the table of content will automatically be generated on this blank page based on how you arranged them. As you can see, the indentation is different. The first, the one which had heading 1 on it, is at the beginning of the line. The ones which had the heading 2 are slightly indented. The heading 3 is more indented compared to the heading 2. So this is our table of content. Then what happens if you change the arrangement of your pages or move a certain subtopic to another page? For example, let's say the ISO. As you can see here, the ISO is on page 4. So let us move here and insert a blank page so that the ISO moves to page 5. So we'll click here, go to the insert tab, then under the pages group, click page break. As you can see, there is a new page which has replaced the ISO page, or not replaced but rather pushed it to page 5. Initially it was in page 4, but now it is in page 5. But if you come to the table of contents here, you'll find that the table of content is saying that it is in page 4. So this table of content has now become a misleading one. So to fix that, you'll just come here, then click on the word table of content, then click here update table, then select the update entire table option, then click OK. As you can see, it has updated the table of content and the ISO has been pushed to page 5 and the others below have been pushed accordingly. If we undo this change by holding Ctrl and Z to undo, you'll see that after undoing, the ISO has gone back to page 4 because it was the initial page. Then as you can see, the blank page has exited. So that is how we insert the table of content. Thank you for watching.